Look, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I know that somebody needs to hear it. And because I know somebody needs to hear it, I'm going to share it because, sharing is caring. And I care, y'all. I really do care. Whether, people use the information or not, I care on both ends. I care that you don't use it, and I care when you use it because it means something of value to me. But anyways, I always know that, I come on here and I give you guys gems. And I have people that'll slide in my DMs, people that'll send me emails even and talk about, hey, I know you said this and that. How do you do that? And can you help me? So I realize that in that instance, a lot of people do need guidance. Now, my guidance does normally come for a fee. I get it. But today I'm going to give you gems and guidance. It's going to be packaged into one big offer that you can take and go run without giving me a dime. It's free 99 because I care, y'all, because I care. So I'm sharing. Now, I'm going to preface with a few things. Take it, do what you want, whatever. But I'm just going to say this. You, number one, do not need to be a real estate agent, a real estate broker, real estate anything to buy a crib, flip a crib, move a crib. Trust me, there are so many ways to get this done. And I'm talking legal because I'm not no scammer, guys. I'm not one that partakes in anything illegal. Everything that I tell you, everything that I do and construct for my own business is all by the books. So I'm just going to say this. Take the information, check it if you want to, but just know that I'm giving you all facts. Now, one thing about the real estate game is that auctions are happening every single day. And I mean every day. Your neighbor's house might be going to auction and you'll see mad people outside and you didn't even know what was going on because you weren't aware. And that's okay to not be aware. But I'm going to help you be aware. Now, one thing that does happen, and this information that I'm going to share with you was shared with me by an old white lawyer. He's an old man, fond of me. I've worked with him before, and he decided to share this piece of information with me, and I took it and I ran with it. Because one thing I do before I give you game is I try it out. I test it out for myself. I see if it's legit. I see if it works. And if it works, then I'm going to run it. And I'm going to let everybody else know, hey, here's what works. Here's what you should do. Here's how I managed to do it so that you can get it done as well. Because I don't keep game. I don't gatekeep. I'm not a goalie. I'm not over here trying to block nothing. Hey, there's room for all of us to eat and there's room for all of us to shine. And I'm definitely okay with that. But anyways, here goes. One thing that he explained to me is that when homes are going up for auction, foreclosure, whatever may be going on, and this goes for cars too, but we're talking about real estate right now. When homes are going up for auction, they're typically handed off to a law firm to push them off. Whether it's Bank of America, Chase, whomever, right, owns a property. It could even be a trust that is intending to put that home through an auction process just to get rid of it. It goes through a law firm. Now, what these law firms are inclined to do is let the public know that these homes are going under auction so that everybody can, take notice and attend if they choose to. And if they have an interest, make a bid, make an offer. At the end of the day, the bank or whomever is the seller on the opposite end just wants their money. They don't care who it comes from. They don't care how. They just want their money. Okay, so what in turn happens is these law firms are supposed to put out notice to the public that there's going to be an auction held. The notice is supposed to serve as you did the effort of letting everybody know that it was happening. You gave everyone an opportunity and boom, thank you. But what these lawyers do instead, they do put out a public notice because they're inclined to do it. They're supposed to do it, right? Let's just say there's a house for sale on Mass Ave in Roxbury. And let's just say it's one of those brownstones. It's a 2-family brownstone for sale on Mass Ave in Roxbury. And they're supposed to put a notice out to say, hey, this auction is happening. But instead, they call up their friends and say, hey, wealthy friend, there's this brownstone going up on Mass Ave in Roxbury. And, here are the comps. Here's what it looks like. Here are some details about it. Here's how much the person owes. And here's what the auction is going to start at. All you need is, X amount of dollars, $10,000 to, you know, complete the, you know, to bid on it. The balance is due in 48 hours, blah, 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 logistics. They'll go further with the phone call and kind of say, here's how much the person owes on it. And here's the mortgage that's being auctioned off. Now, if you're interested, pull up. If you're not, share the word with some other wealthy person that you know, right? So I can get this bag. Now, they're also supposed to put it out, public notice, newspapers, journal article, whatever. So instead of putting it out in the Globe, Herald, so y'all Bostonians can see it, but then again, most of y'all don't read anyway, so you would have missed it anyway, so it doesn't matter. They put it out in the Pittsfield paper. And now we know Pittsfield is nowhere near Mass Ave in Roxbury, right? But they did their work. They did what they were supposed to do. They put it out in a newspaper like they were supposed to do. Doesn't mean they had to put it out in a newspaper that serves Mass Ave in Boston, but they did. So they did their part. And now they ensured that the people who show up to bid are their own people. They're the plug for the wealthy people. Hey, I have a couple of homes here that are about to go up on auction. Come through and buy them. And in turn, you see that these homes are purchased. You may not ever know the switch took place. You may not ever even know what's going on. You'll see the home for sale one random time, knowing that actual wealthy buyer has already put in the work, has already done the flip or whatever, and now sells it, right? And they get out and they just do it again, right? But you're not aware that this is taking place. So what you now need to be put on notice of is that there are notices out there that go out into articles, that go out in the newspaper, that go out there to let it be known wherever you are. And this is not just in Massachusetts, to let it be known that these homes are going up on auction. Now, a couple websites that you can check out. There's Sullivan Auctioneers, I believe, for Massachusetts. There's auction.com. So here goes. Don't say I never gave you anything. This is Sullivan Auctioneers website. Now you go to Massachusetts because there are other states available. And as you could see, I'm scrolling. There are plenty of houses, homes, apartment complexes for sale. And this is all across Massachusetts. Look at Oak Bluffs. Now that, come on, that's the Vineyard. See, homes everywhere. South Boston, Stoughton. You've even got a retail space going up for auction on July 22nd. All these auctions are available and visible to you, and you can just go and attend them. Look at this. Look at this. West Roxbury, Ludlow, Belchertown. Now, let me go back and show you something real quick. These are the different states, but let me show you something real quick. Let's go and catch this retail unit that I definitely know that you guys spotted that was in Dorchester. Let's see where we got that one at. Boom. There it is. Dorchester retail space. This is on Norfolk Street. It's going up on auction on July 22nd. Now go ahead and click the documents, open up the notice, take a look at the notice to read what they're disclosing. Okay, so here's the information that I mentioned that you would find. It's got the date of the mortgage on there, the address of the location, the date and time of the auction, the pretty much meets and bounds of the property. It's got terms of the sale, how much money you should bring with you. Here's a $20,000 deposit to bid, and it needs to be in a certified check. It gives you the name of the insurance, the legal law firm, and it tells you the name of the company that's actually responsible for the property that's actually putting it up for auction. So all this information is here, is visible to you. It tells you what page of a deed in the land records that you could find it. So you go do your research. You can check out those websites to see when these auctions are happening. Now the homework that they send you to do when they put these public notices out is the information that they gave on the call to the wealthy person about how much the balance was that's owed and how much the bid is starting at, is information that they don't put out in these notices, because the notice just says, hey, here's the address, it's going up for auction, here's the auction, here's the mortgage that's being auctioned, here's the date, the time, pull up. Make sure you come with your cashier's check for either $5,000 or $10,000. Make sure you have our balance by 48 hours. And here's the law firm that's running the auction. Simple information, right? You got to go do your own homework to find out how much that mortgage is that's owed, what it is, and if it's going to make sense for you or not. And that's the play. That's the play. These auctions are happening for dirt cheap. There was a commercial unit in Brockton, 4 doors of a commercial unit. It was a single story plaza. I think it had like a hair salon in it. A church was using a door, and there was like 2 other doors. It sold for $163. Y'all can go look this up, whatever. $163K. This was like 2 years ago. Okay, I knew it was happening. I sent my cousin to go check out the auction, and he could vouch for it on this. He could vouch in the comments and say, yo, she definitely sent me. I definitely was there. I definitely seen it. It wasn't a lot of people. You've really got to be in the know to know that these things are going down, because that's how they keep information. And I know that you guys have seen before that they say, if you want to hide things from black people, put it in a book. It's sad because you guys make this a fact. I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of you make this a fact. They hide the stuff in the books. They hide it in newspapers. They hide it in articles. And you guys just never read and never know that it's there. So then it just over your head, right by you, and you miss it. I don't want you guys to keep missing on these opportunities. Here's the thing. Although you can get in these houses for the low, 10 racks to at least have that ownership for that point in time before you do any more transfer of anything, there are ways in and there are ways out. If you don't have the funds, there's ways to get the funds. And we can talk about that in another aspect. But right now, I'm just telling you how to go get the crib. Go do that. And if you need me further, y'all already know. Time is money. I don't waste my time. I just gave y'all some free game. But if y'all want to take some next steps, I'm happy to help. I am. But I just gave you the information that you need. Check the public notices. See what they're saying. See what auctions are happening. See what cars are even being sold off. Because the tow lots do the same thing. They're obligated to do the same thing. So trust me, there might be a Lamborghini somewhere getting auctioned off, but you don't know about it because they called the money man to come in and snatch it up because you didn't know because it was somewhere. I don't know. I'm just saying Lamborghini. I've never seen one before on an auction. Well, one of those auctions. So I can't speak on that, but you never know. I've seen Toyotas, Hondas and things like that. But hey, maybe you're a car reseller. I don't know. But anyways, you check out these public notice information. You see what auctions are taking place. You'll see for yourself. They do not always put them in the towns that they're actually being sold off on. So take a look, see what makes sense for you, and make a move. And if you find opportunity, hit up the comment section. Let me know, yo, I checked it out. I seen some stuff. It's legit. And yeah, let other people know that, it worked for you. That's it. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm telling you. Go out there. Run